Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better, who do it better? Get, top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Pope, your host that do the most. Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show. We got to talk about this Lexie Brown girl, this Lexie Brown gal here. And I don't know who the other lady is, but y'all can let me know in the chat if you know. But it's a sports show. What is this called? Should I even? No, actually, let's just get into the video and let's listen to what they got to say, talking about the Indiana Fever, the new team, a little bit about Caitlin Clark. So this should be interesting. Let's check it out.
Your offensive rating minus your defensive rating, which is like your basically will be like your point differential. Okay. All right, everybody, keep up. First team we'll talk about.
I'm so excited.
We won't make this too long. First team we'll talk about is Indiana Fever. They were first in effective field goal percentage, second in pace, and sixth in net rating. New coach, Stephanie White, who came from the Connecticut Sun, and some notable personnel changes is the additions of Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Breonna Turner, DeWanna Bonner, and Sydney Colson. Thoughts, Mariah, about anything that I just said?
Well, we've talked in length about the Indiana Fever and what they did in the offseason, but I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlin Clark moment they have going very seriously. Right. And I feel like this is exactly how you're supposed to react to having a star like her. Mm-hmm. And they made the playoffs. She was rookie of the year. She had a great year. Mm-hmm. Like, this all makes sense. I'm excited for them. The coaching change, I think, is going to be really big. Poor Connecticut. They're in the East.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
But yes, but I think that it's going to be really exciting. I'm not going to call them championship contenders or anything like that, but I think that it's going to be. You think that they're contenders?
Yes, I do. I'll tell you why.
Wait. Let's talk about this for a second. What do you think is okay? When I say championship contender, I mean I would bet my own personal funds that they are going to win a championship. I guess contending means they could, but like I think a contender is like I would put you in there right now today. I think you will win.
Yes.
You think that?
I guess my contender means get to the finals. Yeah. I'll tell you why. So
yeah, get to the finals.
Yeah.
Get to the finals.
And I'll tell you why. I think that there was a lot of misconception about Caitlin Clark's overall game. I think that people got so caught up in her scoring that they didn't realize how good of a point guard she was in college. Really? So I think that once all this...
Well, not to interrupt you, but she didn't get the opportunity to show that as much in college because she wasn't surrounded by as much talent.
But the plays that
she... I'm sorry to pause. I don't mean to pause. I want to let it go all the way through. But this is very interesting because she was the very person that said, what does Caitlin Clark do special? Shoot threes? Everybody can shoot threes. What, because she shoot logo threes on Gil's Arena? And I will bring that up. I'm going to find that before we leave. But let's continue. Because, I'm going to rewind it and break it down, all of it. So let's go.
She was making still, despite all that, was like insane. But like people were so caught up in the logo threes and the highs, the 23-point attempts per game, which absolutely I understand that. Like it was so much fun to watch. But
what did you say? Hold on, say that one more time. Just let me make sure I heard that right. Make sure the people heard that right. Say it one more time.
I think that people got so caught up in her scoring that they didn't realize how good of a point guard she was in college.
Okay.
So I think that once all this...
Well, not to interrupt you, but she didn't get the opportunity to show that as much in college because she wasn't surrounded by as much talent.
But the plays that she was making still, despite all that, was like insane. But like people were so caught up in the logo threes and the highs, the 23-point attempts per game, which absolutely I understand that. Like it was so much fun to watch.
Attempts a game. Wow.
I always said she could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA. And everyone was like, shut up, Lexie. And I was like, all right. Led the league in assists last year as a rookie, which is incredible. So I think after, they take the inventory of the season. You look at what you have. They said, we need to give her a more elite supporting cast and potentially not as many players that need to be spoon-fed buckets. So that's no disrespect to anybody that was on her team last year. Like, obviously, they made the playoffs. They'd had a great season. But you have a Natasha Howard and a DeWanna Bonner that can just straight up go get their own bucket. And they're huge, okay? These are tall people, okay, guys? I think they're both like 6'3" and 6'4", right? So matchup nightmare. Sophie Cunningham has been playing out of position in Phoenix for like 3 years. So she probably will get to go play the 3 again. She's a very underrated defender. And now you have very elite rim protection in Bree Turner. So now you go keep Aaliyah Boston out of foul trouble, which means she's going to be able to stay on the court. So
No.
do I think that they are a contender? Yes, I do. Then you throw in Sid Colson, who is a very, 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 very solid backup point guard. And she plays defense. So you can even throw her out there with Caitlin. And now Caitlin can chill on defense for the most part. Because defending the 1 is not easy. And it's not because you can't stay in front of people. It's because all they do is get freaking high ball screens constantly. And it's hard to navigate those at times, especially when the screener is 6'5". So, yes, I do think they're a contender because they strategically gave Caitlin Clark a very, very, very well-balanced team where she won't have to carry as much as the load, I don't think, and she'll probably end up facilitating even more than last season. And then I didn't even mention Kelsey Mitchell. I can't believe I forgot to mention Kelsey Mitchell. All I do is talk about her constantly. I have my notes right here. I didn't even put Kelsey Mitchell's name on there. Like, I'm so sorry, Kelsey. She might be the most important returner. Like, yeah.
You make a really good point about defense and Caitlin being able to preserve herself on that side of the court, because that is really, really dangerous. Because 1, I don't think she's ever had that ever. And 2, that also helps protect her as far as staying healthy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
have I convinced you? A little bit.
You make great points. We'll make great points, but we shall continue on.
Okay. Well, speaking of contenders, we're going to talk about.
All right. So hold on now. Now, again, just off the rip, Lexie Brown, she's just such a contradiction to herself and everything else. She's so fake and phony. And it's sad because her dad was a really good, respected NBA player. I never really realized who her dad was, even though they said D Brown. And I knew it'd be familiar, but there's so many Browns and D Brown. And I'm like, who is D Brown? And then when she keeps saying Boston Celtics, Orlando Magic, and I'm like, is that the dunk contest, D Brown? And I like D Brown, right? And so D Brown, man, oh, I hate this for you because you was a respected basketball player in the NBA. That your daughter is just going on all these different podcasts and making a fool out of herself. And she don't know what side to pick, right? Even though she said all the good things about Indiana Fever and the new additions to the team. But she sat there and mentioned that Caitlin Clark, or didn't mention, but she lied and said Caitlin Clark took 20 3-point attempts in college. And that's just a lie. Same thing with Lisa Leslie, where she shoot 40 shots a game and this, that, and the other. Like the stats are right there for you. And if you're going to be on podcasts and broadcasting WNBA business and stats, and you bringing up people's stats, even college stats, you got to get it correct, especially if you're going to, blow it up into something that is not. Caitlin Clark, freshman year at Iowa, she 9.5 3-point attempts a game. Second year, 8.6 3-point attempts a game. Third year, 9.5 3-point attempts a game. Fourth year, 13.6 3-point attempts a game. Average overall total 4 years, 10.4 attempts. So you just gave her, so even if you were talking about her overall career at Iowa, you put on 10 extra 3-point attempts. That to me is wild how they do that, right? She putting up 23, because a person who don't know no better, and that might be the first time of them hearing that, would say, wow, she put up 23-point attempts a game? That's crazy. No wonder she scored 30 a game, because she put up 23-point attempts. So, of course, she's going to maybe hit 30 if she hit 6, 7 of those 23-pointers. That's just so, again, that's why she don't need a mic in her face. She's telling bold-faced lies, and to sit there and say, oh, people didn't really respect or value her passing abilities as a point guard, that she could possibly be the best point guard. And I was telling people that she may be the best point guard, but nobody wanted to listen to me. And I'm like, they said, shut up, Lexie. And all of that's a lie. You said on Gil's Arenas, where we first ever got wind of you, because it wasn't on a basketball court. We didn't even know you. You didn't even become a household name from your skills on the court. You became a household name for saying the foolish things about Caitlin Clark that you were saying on Gil's Arenas. We learned your name from your foolish takes about Caitlin Clark and how you used to hate on her so tough. So to hear you say this, people underestimated, you should be pointing, you should be, I underestimated. Where is your accountability? And again, the delusion, as if people don't have the footage and the tapes of you saying these wild things. Like, let me go look for that real quick, actually. Let's go over here and look for that, shall we? Let's see if we can find it. Lexie Brown. What does Caitlin do special? Let's see if we can find it off of this. Let's see if it pulls up. Let's get you out of here. Lexie Brown attacked Caitlin Clark, and this is what happened. No, that's not what we're looking for, even though, yes, she did kill her. I'm looking for her. The Jamil Hill's remark. Here, let's play this first and see. Let's see what she say right here, because she's so.
And I don't like to get involved in like this black-white conversations, because I do know all these players, and especially the white players that kind of just get thrusted into these conversations.
It's okay, sister.
I know. I'm just kind of like, I have my.
No, that's some race baiting stuff. But okay, hold on. We're going to find it. I should put on Gil's Arenas. Lexie Brown spouse, no. Catch Clark Fever's passes. How Caitlin and Angel have transformed their league 9 months ago. Let's see if this is here.
In this Rookie of the Year topic of Caitlin Clark, or is it going to be Angel Reese? Is
Mentally, physically. I think they hit their rookie, which is amazing. Yeah. They're going to have some time
about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
They have they're all-stars, which is amazing. Yeah. They're going to have some time to rest mentally, physically.
No, this ain't it.
I think they hit their rookie wall like already. Like it's over.
Okay.
I think both teams are still like in the process of adjusting to them, but like you're seeing those two teams building their future around their rookies, and that's something that I haven't seen in a while, which I think is amazing for them. Caitlin almost had another triple-double tonight. I think she was very close, or today.
Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I think so. We're gonna go to this next one.
They both have their flaws and strengths. Caitlin's getting roughed up in her own way.
It was before the season started, so if they at the season by now, but definitely it's out there somewhere. I don't want to waste no more of your time, but definitely you hear the lies. She shot 23-point attempts a game when I just showed y'all. I mean, well, told y'all because I didn't show you, but yeah, 10 3-point attempts tonight. So she just did the Sheryl Swoops and just lied on on whatever podcast she was on. That only got about, it don't matter. But again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I thought it was real Sheryl Swoopish. How she tried to kind of sneak it in there as she was saying, yeah, they championship contenders, but sneaky stuff. I didn't miss it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.